Howdy. I thought I'd post another life update because things have been hectic and I'll get into all the reasons why, but I haven't been able to finish the video that I started before about keeping well, and I am wearing makeup to cover them. You can kind of see just a little bit through the makeup, but I still have chickenpox, and like I said in my previous video, feels a little bit hypocritical, just a little bit hypocritical to make a video about how to keep well when I myself am not the epitome of well currently. So we're gonna just continue to push that video on the back burner, but I just thought I should make something. I made a commitment to myself and to you guys that I was going to post a video every other week. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold to my word. Quality be darned, you know? I'm going to put something out even if life is insane. And life is a little insane. And here's why. My whole channel has been about being a stay-at-home mom. That may very well shift here soon because I have been job hunting. I'm trying to figure out what I should do for work because most jobs in my area pay about the same, about $15 an hour. And there is just a huge variety of work that I can do at that rate. So I'm trying to figure out not only what I am able to do, I'm able to do most things, I'm fairly capable, I think, but what I would enjoy doing, because if I'm gonna pretty much make this base rate of $15, you know, I want to be able to enjoy the work that I'm doing. I have a friend who's so kind. She thinks she could get me a job where she works at a urology clinic, or I know that my favorite coffee shop is hiring all the time and their rate is around that too, but they also have tips. So if I could work there, that might be fantastic. I could work one of my favorite places in Tulsa. Aside from that, there's nannying jobs, and I mean, I've even considered selling ice cream because warmer days are coming up soon and people are buying ice cream galore. And it's also just something that you can get into without putting in a ton of capital at the beginning. I don't know, might end up doing something like that, something more entrepreneurial. We will see. If you have suggestions for me, leave those in the comments down below. That would be super helpful for me trying to figure out what to do with myself. But, you know, it's seeming like I'm needing to enter the workforce, and that's okay because, and here's the reason, my husband is still unemployed. I know I mentioned it in a little blurb on the last video that he has a job, but I didn't say it out loud. I just like kind of put it on text in one of the corners at one point. So if you missed that, he does have a job. It just doesn't start until July. So, and he's been working really hard to find something in the interim, but you know, what do we do until July? Also because there have been hang-ups with his unemployment. He got laid off February 6th, and today is February 29th, and we have yet to receive a single unemployment payment. So, I mean, you know, what do you do? What do you do? You go to work. You go to work for your family. And I am lamenting it a little bit because I have so much enjoyed my time with my family this last almost month or so. As much as I have been sick, I've still have chickenpox. I've just been kind of hanging out with my family, you know, hanging out with my husband, with my baby. It has been so strengthening for my relationship with my spouse. I have just loved seeing how much joy my daughter has had. She's been a lot less clingy because she's getting a lot more one-on-one attention because he's home. And so I'll be playing with her when he's doing stuff and he'll be playing with her when I'm doing stuff. And it's just been so good for her. She started sleeping through the night, and I think we've all just kind of loved this little slow season. But the reality of life is, you know, we need income to to eat. And so, you know, gotta do that. Gotta go get some income. In the same vein of life updates, I do have a couple of stories. Two, namely. So yesterday, my husband got a call. And it was a job offer for this incredible opportunity, and we were so excited. We spent all day yesterday praying about it and like trying to figure out logistics and stuff, because this job offer was for a job in South Carolina. Now, for those of you who don't know, I live in Oklahoma, which is a ways away from South Carolina. And I've never even been to South Carolina or anything, but it got us all worked up into a frenzy because we thought, okay, we're maybe going to move to South Carolina? I don't know. But my husband called this morning and asked some more questions, and it turned out to be a non-starter because the salary band that they had was the same as the job that he's getting in July, except the living expenses in South Carolina are 30% higher than here in Oklahoma. So that really wasn't something that was going to work with our family, especially because we felt like we would need even more income if we were going to move away, because we have help here from our family. Both sides of our family live here, so that's lovely. But if we were to move away, we would need to probably hire out some childcare. So that was a little anticlimactic, but it did bring some clarity, I think, to both me and my husband, because we got so excited about the prospect, and we both just felt like it would be a breath of fresh air. It would be something so refreshing to move elsewhere. And so I think, having experienced that, we both now agree that probably 2 or 3 years down the line, we will end up moving elsewhere. Who knows where that might be? The job that my husband's starting in July, they have told him that they will have work for him elsewhere in the US once that is done, and that job ends in 3 years. So maybe that will be where we move, or maybe, who knows? Who knows where life will take us? But I think that was really illuminating in a good way. And it was also just kind of awesome because we were both completely on the same page in that we wanted to do it. And the chances of that happening, I think, were kind of small because we both have family here, right? And we both love our family. Like, we want to be close to them, but we just were like, ooh, this sounds like such a good change for us. And then my other story is a little bit less of like a happy one, but it's just interesting, so I'm going to throw it out there. I did put it on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you have heard this before. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me at Emma McPherson Official, just the same as this YouTube channel. But the story goes like this. My husband was going around town giving out resumes because, you know, he's job hunting. And I was with him because we have one car right now, and I was just kind of hanging out while he was talking to his potential future bosses. But I had to run to the bathroom, so I drove the car to come and go real quick, and there were cop cars outside. And I go inside, and there is a cop taking a statement from the cashier. And that come and go had just been robbed. But more devastating than the fact that it had been robbed was what I heard the cashier tell the cop. And I think she was just giving him this information as identifiers for this man, but she was telling him what he had said. And he had said that he needed this money because he had a newborn, premature son, and he could not pay for his medical bills. And if that doesn't tell you a lot about how expensive medical care can be in the US, because my husband and I, we have paid an arm and a leg every single year of our marriage for insurance and medical care. It's crazy, guys. It's a lot. I'm actually very grateful that our income has dropped to nothing lately because we are going to be on state insurance, which caps out how much you can pay for your medical bills at 5% of your income, which is a fraction of what we were paying before. So as much as this point in our life has proven to be challenging in a lot of ways, there are many, many mercies and compensations. We have had lots of blessings, honestly. Been able to enjoy each other so much, and we're gonna have our healthcare mostly covered, and we're still eating good, still enjoying life despite the sickness and the lack of funds. And honestly, I have just felt so much peace. And I think I said that in my last video, and I know that 100% that is my God taking care of me. I have felt so calm, and I am an anxious person. Even during good times, I am just like waiting for the other shoe to drop, but I have been all right and feeling good and feeling optimistic. You know, I've had a few lows. The last video I posted was definitely a low, but a lot of things were hitting me all at once in that single week. And these last 2 weeks have just kind of us been figuring all of that out, right? Like I've been figuring out the state insurance, I've been figuring out what our SNAP benefits will look like, I've been figuring out what I can do for work, what I should do for work. As much as it's a stressful time, it's a good time. Yesterday, I got to spend so much time with my baby girl. My husband was out with his friends and we made cookies, and I was working on my sourdough, which I baked today, and I made chicken noodle soup, and I don't know, it was just like idyllic, you know? It was just lovely. So that's a little life update. I didn't want to just post a life update that was like doom and gloom and leave it there. I wanted people to know it's tough, but we're happy, you know? We're happy. So, and that's my laundry. So I should probably go take care of that. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.